Good morning. I'm Dana Consuelo, a prayer chaplain here at Unity in Lynnwood. As we prepare for meditation, I invite you to close your eyes. Now take a deep, full breath through your nose and out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. And again, a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. And one more nice deep breath. Fill your belly with a deep cleansing breath and then release. Now I invite you to bring your attention to your feet. Inhabit your feet. Breathe easily and notice your legs. Notice your thighs. Notice your bottom sitting on the chair. Notice your pelvis and your hips, and breathe into your belly. Now notice your chest. Feel the energy in your heart. Let your heart expand. Notice your shoulders and your arms and the energy flowing in your hands. Let any tension you're holding release through your hands. Now move your awareness to your spine, your back, and breathe. Just let the energy flow up and down your spine. Notice your throat. Move up into your chin. Notice your nose, your eyes, across your forehead. Let your energy flow through the back of your head and up to the top of your head. Bring your awareness to your whole body. Fully inhabit your whole body and breathe. Just focus on your breath. Notice any constriction in your body or any thoughts that seem constricting, and with a breath, release them. Just be here now. As we enter the silence, I invite you to remember the Master Jesus' words to us: peace, be still. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. As our sacred time in the silence comes to a close, we remain open, receptive, and thankful for the movement of the Holy Spirit within us. We welcome our church family this morning and those that are new to our celebratory service. We know that divine grace greets and enfolds everyone here, both inside the sanctuary as well as those attending virtually. We bless and are grateful for everyone serving today, the greeters, the ushers, the hospitality team, and the audio crew. We give a hearty thanks for the blessings of the spoken word through Reverend Richard and the inspiration of the music team led by Matthew. And finally, we give thanks for the prayer chaplain team serving today. And so it is. Yes, it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Let's take a moment for a time of reflection. And if you're comfortable doing so, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Today, on this Memorial Day weekend, our spirits are bowed in reverence. Our hearts are filled with love. We honor the divine essence of those who are no longer with us on this physical plane. We recognize the indelible mark they have left on our collective consciousness. We feel the spirit of those that live on in our hearts. Divine source of love and light, we acknowledge that love is the ultimate power that unites us. A love that heals all wounds, both seen and unseen, even now in this moment. As we navigate a journey of loss and remembrance, our inner being is our guide. There is no hurry. There is no rush. I am at peace with my pace. When there are feelings of sadness or emptiness, we know that we are not alone. Our hearts are open and we are comforted. Today, in this sacred space, on this sacred Memorial Day weekend, we step forward with courage. We envision a world where peace prevails, where justice reigns, and where love abounds. And so it is. Here I go,
closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Good morning, UIL. Look around. Yeah, I thought it might be lighter on Memorial Day weekend, but here we are. Yay. If you will stand as you are able and greet one another, and while you're at it, please learn a new name. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Well, good morning and welcome to Unity in Lynnwood. We are so glad that each of you are here today, whether you are joining us here in our physical sanctuary or you're joining us online or whether you're tuning in sometime later. We want you to know for sure that no matter where you are on your spiritual path, no matter your faith or religious background, if any at all, you are welcome here at Unity in Lynnwood. No matter how your day or your life has gone so far, no matter who you love or who you have the inkling to love, you are welcome here at Unity in Lynnwood. No matter what's been making you feel a bit left out or making you feel a bit not enough, no matter how many times you have made or missed the mark of your very good intentions, you are welcome here at Unity in Lynnwood. Yes, you. My name is Ken Urie, and I'm a longtime member of this community, and I'm so glad to be your welcome host today. And I want you to know that you are enthusiastically invited into this place, into this community. This is a place where you will be seen. This is a place where you can give yourself permission to let go and to breathe more freely. It's a place where you can feel at home with friends. Welcome to Unity.
Thank you. You're welcome. We are joined today by Brad on drums. We've got Farko on bass, and you will not be disappointed. They're amazing. And it is my great honor to introduce back for the first time in 4 to 5 years one of my favorite musicians and people, Aaron English.
Hi. I wrote this song in 4 languages. One of them is English. Feel free to sing the others with me. I'll give you a quick lesson. This is called Peace Be Upon You. There's a phrase in all of our, all the major holy books, the Christian Bible, the Hebrew Bible, the Quran. It happens hundreds of times in each of those books, and it's spoken millions of times every day in the Holy Land still. Peace be upon you, or peace within you, or peace among you, depending on how you translate it. In Arabic, it's salam alaikum. In Hebrew, it's shalom aleichem. And in Aramaic, which is the language of Jesus of Nazareth and also of the millions of Syrian refugees that have now found new homes around the world, in Aramaic, it's shlomo alechu. So this is peace be upon you. Can you give me a C? Oh, the sun is hiding over the dark horizon. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. Oh, the sun is hiding over the dark horizon. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. Arabic. Salam, salam alaikum. Salam, salam alaikum. Salam, salam alaikum. Salam, salam alaikum. Sing it with me. Shalom, salam alaikum. Salam, salam alaikum. Salam, salam alaikum. Salam, salam alaikum. Hoping for the storm to come, waiting on the river to rise, looking for a ladder to climb, waiting on the change of tides, hoping with a heart that's broken, waiting for a door to open, listening for a song to sing, knowing that the heart is wise. Hebrew. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Sing it with me. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Shalom, shalom aleichem. There we go. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Hope is a fragile thing. It flies on broken wings. There's no dream so lost it can't be found again. Oh, don't hold your silence. Shout it louder than sirens. Shout it louder than violence. Rise on broken wings. Aramaic. Shlomo, shlomo aleichem. 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 Sing it with me. Shlomo, shlomo aleichem. Shlomo, shlomo aleichem. Shlomo, shlomo aleichem. Peace be with you. Peace be upon you. Peace within you. And between us be peace. Peace be with you. Peace be upon you. Peace within you. And between us be peace. Thank you.
We may not be in the same boat, but we're in the same storm. Tossed on troubled water, trying to get across it and make it to the morning. I see the sun rising up above the dark horizon. We put our hearts together. There's no storm that we can't weather. There's nothing we can't do. Get together, get together. We can make it better if we get together. Sisters, brothers, love each other. We can make heaven wherever we are. 'Cause everything's better when we get together. Everything's better when we get together. The future is ours, it's brighter than ever. Oh, oh, oh. Every day we're writing the future. So close you can feel it. Our hopes and our dreams, yeah, we are coming into view. We all belong, the weak and the strong, the young and the old, the quiet and the bold, forgivers and forgiven, joining all together, we can weather any storm. Get together, get together. We can make it better if we get together. Sisters, brothers, love each other. We can make heaven wherever we are. 'Cause everything's better when we get together. Everything's better when we get together. The future is ours, it's brighter than ever. Oh, oh, oh. Get together, get together, get together, get together, get together, get together. Oh, oh, oh. We can make it better. 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 Oh, oh, oh. I want to sing with you. If you dare. If you don't, fake it. It goes. We can make it better. We can make it better. We can make it better if we get together. We can make it better. We can make it better. We can make it better if we get together. We can make it better. We can make it better. We can make it better if we get together. You got your lighters, you get those out now. We can make it better. We can make it better if we, one more time. We can make it better. We can make it better. We can make it better if we get together. We can make it better. We can make it better. Oh, oh, oh. Every day we're riding the future. So close you can feel it. Our hopes and our dreams, yeah, they are coming into view. Yeah.
Hey. Woo. Nice job. Nice job. Oh, affirm with me, won't you? Aaron English. Unity in Lynnwood is your home away from home. Unity in Lynnwood is your home away from home. Welcome back, brother. Please come any time. If you are a member of our virtual sanctuary this morning, we invite you to identify yourself by first name. Allow us to know your geography of origin that our social media host and the many others in that virtual room might extend warm welcome to you today. Today's flowers are dedicated to Byron Rainey. Byron, this past week, passed beyond our sight. So take a breath with me. And while to the physicality, we necessarily say ashes to ashes and dust to dust, to the soul, to the light, to the truth that is Byron, we simply say Godspeed, dear brother. Godspeed. Godspeed on your eternal journey. I will miss Byron in this space with us. If you would like to pray with someone following the conclusion of our time together, Unity in Lynnwood is blessed, privileged, honored to offer a bevy of trained prayer chaplains eager to support you. They will meet you in this general geography. Would those prayer chaplains in service to you today identify yourselves by raising a hand or standing, please? Three prayer chaplains. That's about 30 people per chaplain. 30 people per chaplain. If you are a member of our virtual sanctuary this morning and you desire to pray with someone following the conclusion of our time together, start the process by writing prayer at unityinlynnwood.org. Include a working telephone number and expect a call within a couple hours. We welcome Sheila from Braggs, Oklahoma. Sheila, we are so glad you are with us. Dale Mabrin, Pascaline from Nairobi, Judy McNall, Mandy Harwick, and many others. If you are a member of our physical sanctuary this morning, would you join me in welcoming the members of our virtual sanctuary by turning to Fran, wave at Fran, and speak with me. We see you. We see the truth of you. We see the light of you. We see the highest noble potential of you. We welcome you this morning. And so it is. Prayer chaplains also invite you to experience what they call an individual divine wholeness session following the conclusion of our time together. In the family room, which is the room for families, located behind the glass, you will be partnered with a chaplain whose primary responsibility and commitment is to know the highest truth of you, even without saying a word. It's quite powerful. That follows this time together. Simply go to the family room. Mission statement. It is short in word, but it is deep in meaning. It reads, practical spirituality, welcoming community. And so it is that every Sunday I like to offer one of the statements which brings this mission statement into greater specificity. We developed these statements in conversation with each other and in conversation with your board of trustees nearly 10 years ago. How can that be? Today I offer the third of 6, and it reads as follows. We teach the unity of all life, transcendent of culture, era, religion, or lack thereof. Does that sound like a useful idea for today's world? Words of invocation. Take them in the manner best suited to you. Allow my voice to serve as yours, or read with me, whether quietly or robustly. Welcome to unity. You see, you pretty much get to do it your way. They read as follows. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. And so it is. If you are feeling particularly courageous this morning, allow your eye to venture to a face less familiar and simply say, thank you for being here this morning. 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 You were referenced in an international teleconference experience this past week for your unique brand of welcome and inclusion. How do you like that? Congratulations to you. Because I can speak the words, I can make the request, but it is you who makes it real. It's you. So thank you. It was 1 year after the end of the war in Columbus, Mississippi, that 4 women, they were Martha Morton, Jane Fontaine, Kate Hill, and Augusta Sykes, they were regular visitors to what was known as Friendship Cemetery. They were pulling weeds and briars and dropping flowers onto the graves of the Confederate soldiers when they found themselves collectively compelled to start dropping flowers onto the graves of the Union soldiers as well. Now, this is told as the origin of the first Decoration Day. Did everyone get a flower upon arrival this morning? If you did not, feel free to raise your hand. A member of our welcome team will happily assure that you have one going forward. It was 3 years after the end of the war that General and Mrs. Grant were presiding over ceremonies at Arlington National Cemetery. Children from the Soldiers and Sailors Orphan Home and members of the Grand Army of the Republic were reciting prayers and singing hymns and, yes, dropping flowers onto the graves of both Union and Confederate soldiers. And this is also told as the origin of the first Decoration Day. Now, what you might not know is that so widespread was this impulse after a war that had divided states and communities, even families, that similar observations occurred spontaneously and simultaneously without any political or military encouragement in locations from Arlington Heights, Virginia, to Boalsburg, Pennsylvania, to Knoxville, Tennessee, Jackson, Mississippi, Kingston, Georgia, to Carbondale, New York, and the list goes on, and the list goes on, and the list goes on. Each, of course, being told as the origin of the first Decoration Day. So for me, I would offer Memorial Day as a deeply spiritual holiday. For while Memorial Day is a recognition of those who have fallen, so too is it a recognition of that universal impulse within humanity to drop flowers. It's a recognition of that universal impulse within humanity, that same impulse that compelled those regular visitors to Friendship Cemetery 150 years past to drop flowers without regard to matters of politic or position or party, to drop flowers without regard to matters of race or age or gender, to drop flowers without regard to matters of history, religion, status. Memorial Day is a recognition of that universal impulse within humanity, that same impulse that compels each of us in our sweetest moments, even today, to remember that by which we find ourselves divided can never be more compelling than that in which we find ourselves united. Memorial Day, then, is a recognition of that universal impulse within humanity to drop flowers in honor of our shared humanity, right where we are, that we might begin again toward a better world. And so we take this moment of remembrance of those who have fallen, absolutely. And at the same time, let us reflect. If you're comfortable doing so, maybe close your eyes for a couple minutes. Make your physicality comfortable in the way that suits you. And let us reflect. Where might I then be compelled to drop a flower of reconciliation today? Where might I feel compelled to drop a flower of release today? Where might I feel compelled to drop a flower of peace? Where might I feel compelled to drop a flower of grace today?
I'll light a candle in your memory, though I don't know who you are. When I think about your family, I will wish upon a star. I pray that they'll find peace someday. I pray they'll make it through. I'll light a candle in your memory to honor you. I'll light a candle for America. May we feel peace inside. We'll hold each other closer and wipe the tears we've cried. I pray we'll bond together. I pray that we'll pull through. I'll light a candle for America, for me and for you. I'll light a candle for humanity, for the good that's yet to come. As we overlook our differences and join now as one, I pray we'll come out stronger in this world I'm dreaming of. I'll light a candle for humanity, to be a world living in love.
our own Gail Pyper worked as a nurse for 45 years, a public health nurse and an ICU nurse. Gail retired last year as a school nurse. During her career, Gail funded and supported 30 medical missions to 8 countries over 22 years. She continues to provide basic medical care to unhomed individuals locally. She can be found as a volunteer at Trinity Lutheran every second Saturday and as a prayer chaplain at Unity in Lynnwood every Sunday. This year, Gail has generously and graciously agreed to share the story of her recent trip with us. And I include it today as one story of what it might mean to drop flowers in honor of our shared humanity on Memorial Day 2023. Will you offer a warm welcome to Gail Pyper, please?
Good morning. Oops, I'm supposed to be down here. And thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this introduction. Thank you for my team, because know that this work over 22 years in 8 countries, 30 trips, isn't done with a tremendous amount of support. My sister Mary and Barbara, my daughter-in-law Nicole are here today, and they've been part of this story. So, okay, now the first, oh, there we go. Okay, so I went to Guatemala in March, 5 days of clinic. Next, Cameron. And as Richard said, I started this work in 2003 with Feed the Children, went on 3 trips, the rest with Faith Medical. There was a group that of 2 other women, we went to Uganda and worked in an orphanage. We called ourselves Love in Action International and did work in an orphanage and got Fred a new wheelchair. So this was my 8th trip to Uganda, or into Guatemala in March. Next. So the clinics are set up in remote rural areas in churches or schools. We were in schools. We have an eyeglass clinic, dental, medical, pharmacy, and a blessing room where food and clothes are handed out. These are my friends, Nabel and Elizabeth, and they might be online watching. There are in-country contact for Guatemala and Honduras. So none of this work is possible unless we have that in-country connection to follow up with people and to make sure things happen. They arrange the hotel, the meals, the transportation, the van, everything. All right, next. So a little geography lesson, because Nicole's grandmother, Joan, who's in her 80s, said everybody needs a little geography. Guatemala is surrounded by 2 oceans. It's not the largest country in Central America. Next. It is the most populated. There's 18 million people. Half of the population is under 19, and almost 60% of the people live below the poverty line. And if you want to go down a rabbit hole, look at the definition of poverty line. They're poor. And by poor, I mean probably no electricity, dirt floors. Poor looks way different every place else in the world. Next. We work with interpreters, so you don't have to have language skills to come along. Most of the team are non-medical people. So I had a 14-year-old interpreter who knew English, and then the insert is my interpreter, Daniel, who was a medical student. And we worked together during COVID in 21, and He was magnificent. Like, if you want a good interpreter, get a medical student. Next. So the medical team, and there's my friend Sheila with the sunglasses from Bragg's. There were 4 nurses on this trip, 2 nurse practitioners with prescriptive authority. We all write prescriptions, but we consult with each other. We had 3 Guatemalan doctors 3 or 4 of the days. And so I always like to, when I see somebody, I see the whole family, the whole household. So somebody comes, they've been waiting. Sometimes I've seen people at 4 o'clock that have been waiting since 8 in the morning. And most of these people, I'd say 85%, all they want are vitamins, worm medicine, or Tylenol. So there's a lot of discernment that goes on about who needs what and what's the priority. So we always have Spencer, one of our retired nurses, go out and triage. Once in Honduras, we had to close the clinic at noon because there's so many people waiting. We knew we wouldn't be able to see everybody. So I get the whole household in front of me. I have my interpreter write down every single person's name and age. Next. So you can see how we set up. We have tables, our medical equipment that we bring with us. We have an emergency medical box that's in the room with us, and we systematically go through and listen to the story. So if I see somebody that's waiting 7 or 8 hours, I do not rush them. I let them tell their story. I have a very systematic approach that's worked out quite well for me, where people know they'll be heard. So in 5 days, we saw 1,050 people. That was with the 3 physicians. Next. We wrote 3,500 prescriptions. The prescriptions are written on paper bags. Half of the people we see are illiterate, and by illiterate, you'll know how to read numbers because that has to do with numbers. So people cannot read words, but they can read numbers. So we draw pictures, and we found out who in the household does read. So sometimes it's the 9-year-old grandson that can read. So we want to make sure we're doing no harm. We see people with blood sugars in the 500s. We see people with very severe blood pressure. And the discernment is, what can I do that will not cause harm? If people bring us their foil packs of meds and we have them, we will give them a month's worth of supply. Next. There's also a dental clinic, and you'll see Dr. Kurt in the blue scrubs there. He turned to 81 on this trip. So on 2 trips ago, we had 4 80-year-olds on the trip providing care. He worked with a dentist in all week, and I think they pulled 1,200 teeth. Next. So this created great delight for me. So Barbara Thorpe's been also part of this process since the very beginning, and she gave me some Spanish daily words that were used all week long to test reading in the eyeglass clinic, and it just tickled my fancy a lot. Next. When we're in Guatemala, we go to a school and a feeding program that's been supported by Faith Medical. Before I went, I was asked to bring school supplies for 70 kids. That's backpacks, erasers. They were very specific about what they wanted. And because I was traveling with another nurse from Everett, we were able to get all the backpacks from the dollar store and all the crayons and everything and handed out. Next. So I wanted to talk a moment about the $5 fund, and I tell this story that $5 will change somebody's life. It'll feed a family of 5 for a week. It'll create great joy. So you can see this little boy with his shoes falling apart, and I was able to buy he and his mom a new pair of shoes the last day of clinic. My sisters always give me a whole envelope full. It's lovely. They have to, any American money has to be crisp and clean, just so you know. Next. I wanted to share this story, and this is a story where this gentleman in the baseball hat came to Elizabeth and said, my 16-year-old daughter's having a baby and needs a RhoGAM shot, and it's $192. And we don't have a budget for emergency medical care. There is no cushion. So, but we were able to raise the $200 within 20 minutes. And I had a $100 bill that somebody had brought to me the day before I'd left. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. But it was like, oh, this is when I'm supposed to use it. And the girl and her dad went and got the shot. And a week later, her baby, Angel Ernesto, was born. And if she would not have gotten this shot, any future pregnancies would have resulted in miscarriage. So it's a RhoGAM thing. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into all that. So next. So there's people waiting, hundreds of them. In Peru, we'd have 800 people waiting for us when we showed up, with militia controlling the crowds. So there's a lot of safety concerns. This was in 2009 after the earthquake. Next. So this is my friend Christian. He's 16 years old. I met him 10 years ago. He lost his leg when he was 4. The story's kind of complicated and vague, from his mother. And he's been waiting 2 years for a new prosthetic. Next. And the miracle is, we were able, again, no emergency medical budget. We were able to raise the $3,700 within a week and a half of getting back. And Abel, Elizabeth's husband, picked him up, took him to the place, got it fixed. Next. And he got his new prosthetic on April 21st. And what was so sweet was, a lot of this happened while I was talking to Dr. Richard about this talk, so I was getting WhatsApp things, and I go, read this, and then we'd like smile at each other. Okay, so this is another case I wanted just to talk about. This was in 2009 in Cambodia, where I had this man who was 34, had 3 kids, stepped on a piece of glass in the marsh, had the dressing on for 2 years. Yes, for 2 years. And, you just go, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? So then you all consult, and when we come up with a treatment plan or discharge thing that says you need to go to the hospital, you're probably gonna lose your foot. We arrange for the transportation, pay for the food, and the family to be with him. Next. And a year later, I wasn't on this trip, but Dr. Herb saw the same man who had had the surgery that had been paid for and the transportation, and his whole quality of life had improved greatly. Next. So this is a story, and this is the last one, I promise, of Cambodia in 2020, and this was a very profound experience for me, where we were in Cambodia. We got wind from the people out in the community that there was this child who was very sick, probably dying, that needed to be seen. I said, bring him in, because we have more resources where we're at. We have the pharmacy, we have the clothes, we have the whole team there. So they brought her in, and I sat with her on my lap on the floor on a blanket with my interpreter right here. And I didn't know her whole medical history. I don't know what happened. She didn't speak, but I gave her grape lollipops that made her smile. And she weighed probably 50, 60 pounds. And what healing looked like in this situation is looking at these parents and saying, I do not have a cure. I can't fix this. But you have taken magnificent care of your child. Her skin was clean, her clothes were clean, they were loving on her. So no prescription, no medical thing, but looking at parents and affirming what a beautiful job they had done. And food and prayers next. So this is from an iced tea bottle lid, a quote I found that I like very much. The ones among you who will be really happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. Next. So if you want to hear about more information or how to be involved, come and see my sisters and I at the table in the narthex. Thank you.
Wow, what an inspiration. Thank you so much for your words, Gail. It means a lot to all of us. As a regular spiritual practice, we participate in the flow of giving and receiving. As we receive, we also have a chance to give. And while each of our financial gifts certainly matters to Unity in Lynnwood, we suggest that most importantly, our giving matters to us. Each act of giving makes a profound difference here at UIL and in our own lives. How does it do that? Well, I'm not sure how it does it for you, but for me, giving has actively changed my consciousness. It's drawn me out of the limits of scarcity and fear. Giving has invited me into new feelings of freedom. And it has proven over and over again that we live in a world of plenty. Giving options appear on your screen. And for those who are choosing to give a physical gift, the ushers will gratefully pass baskets. If you're curious about the spiritual practice of giving or would like information about UIL's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please grab a Giver's Circle brochure from the Welcome Center or write Dr. Richard directly. And for those already participating in our Giver's Circle, we extend a special thank you. And now please join me in our affirmation as it appears on the screen. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy that we rest in God and say amen.
Beyond our Sunday morning services, UIL offers a variety of events and community activities throughout each week, all designed to meet us right where we are and support us on our life path. If you haven't already been getting our Enlightenments e-newsletter, I invite you to check out the resources in the chair back in front of you, and you can take the Stay in Touch card and put your contact information, and that will result in that landing in your email box a couple times a month to provide you both inspiration and information about everything happening here at UIL. And I invite you at the end of service to come by and see me at the Welcome Center. There's loads of information and resources about what's happening here at UIL, and I'd just love to say hi. Hey, that was good practice. So I also have for you a welcome gift for those of you who are new or newer. It's a special edition of the Daily Word, and I think you'll enjoy this publication filled with inspirations. And subscriptions for the Daily Word are available in our Soul Things gift shop and bookstore. Every Sunday, we like to say hello to anyone who might be visiting us for the first time, and we just ask you to put your hand in the air and we'll give you some applause. Anyone here for the first time? We'll say hello. Yes. It's so nice to see you, and we're so glad that you're here, and you and everyone is welcome to Friendship Hall after service to continue the conversation. I'd like to highlight several of our upcoming events for you, and you can see those on the screen and see what calls to you and consider signing up. And for all of our events, please register by visiting the calendar page of our website at unityinlynnwood.org. Click on the calendar page. That will open up a registration form, put your information in, and then you'll be confirmed for your participation. Small group ministry, please join any or all of UIL's activities that are presented there on the screen. Search for God Study Group, Diving Deeper, Third Act Luncheon. That's all available there for you. And the first Sunday of each month is Newcomers Sunday, and that is next Sunday. And that's when we'll have a newcomers potluck. Newcomers, however you define that, are invited to join existing attendees for a potluck lunch immediately following service, and existing attendees are invited to bring a dish to share, and everyone is welcome. Please join internationally acclaimed artists Christoph Wagner and Joanne King for Strings of Compassion, Sunday, June 4th, 7 p.m., as they launch UIL's summer concert series with Strands of Compassion. And finally, Work, Pray, Eat. It's our men's retreat coming up on Saturday, June 17th at 8:30 a.m. We build community through a shared group project, spiritual communion, then fire up the grill for a relaxing barbecue lunch. Bring your lawn chair, work gloves, and an open heart for this special time together. This will be fun.
Oh, thank you, Kenyuri. Thank you, Matthew Wilson. Thank you, Farko and Bradley. Thanks to your amazing crew on the floor, crew in the balcony, and thank you, Aaron English. Come see us again, please. Come see us again, please. As the men's group hosts the Work, Pray, Eat event, the women's group has announced another event that happened after this was published on the 17th of June. Watch for details via Unity in Lynnwood's social media or by checking the website. The women's group will be shuttling the first registrants to Whidbey Island. So that will be fun. And where are we going, Tori?
To the Earth Sanctuary.
To the Earth Sanctuary and to lunch. So that should be published by Wednesday. We look forward to sharing that event with you. Let's close with that same discipline with which we began, that technology, if you will, that we call prayer, though it matters not what you call it. Let's take a deep breath together. Let us close the outer eyes and make the physicality of us comfortable in the way that best suits. Maybe take a deep breath. maybe place your feet upon the floor. And let us begin with the noble assertion that the God of my understanding is most certainly present and never absent. The God of my understanding is ever present and never absent. So I give thanks today. I give thanks that there is a wisdom operative at the very heart of me in this place and in this time. I give thanks that there is life operative within the very heart of me in this place. And at this time, I give thanks that there is a sufficiency ample to the authentic purposes of my soul, operative in the very soul of me, in this place and at this time. I give thanks then that of my egoic self, I need not push, coerce, force, make happen, manipulate. I need only say yes. I need to say yes to that which already is, doing that which it's already doing. God in the midst of me being God. So this gives rise to a sense of gratitude. That which already is enough. It's enough. So my prayer becomes one of yes. My prayer becomes one of thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. And I do not abandon this remembering as I consider reopening those human eyes and stepping back into this world with its apparitions and appearances, but I carry this consciousness forth. I cling to it. I become the hands and feet of the prayer I offer this day. And we close this time of remembering, as we always do, with sung words of blessing, with sung words of farewell.
I wanted to say that Aaron does have some CDs and product for sale in the Friendship Hall, so please stop by and support him in that way. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on.
You are the highlight of my week. You are the privilege of an incarnation. I want to thank you for being here today. One of the messages of Memorial Day is that there is a universal impulse at the very heart of you that longs to drop a flower in acknowledgement of our shared humanity. And the charge of Memorial Day 2023 is listen to that. Listen to that.